let's just take a little bit of a look at the weather that we're going to expect on the way home. At the moment, the routing is looking pretty fast for everyone. So it's saying kind of between 10 and a half and 11 and a half days. But the difficulty is going to be deciding where to set the limits of how big the waves I want to sail in are and how much wind I want to sail in. So let's just have a little look. So this is the situation at the start. You can see we're down here and we've got the fairly light but traditional kind of trade winds, and so our initial route just takes us up to the north, because you can see there's no wind here, but also it's dead upwind, so we can't really just sail straight to the finish. So we're going up to the north, and to the north of us there is an area of high pressure here that effectively we're going to try and get around the top of. So this then will be day 4 here, and we can see there's a low pressure system above us here and a high pressure underneath us, and this is the first time that we actually hook into some big breeze here where the wind is being squeezed between them. And then you can see that my routes actually split here, and this is because I've given them different parameters for wave height and wind strength, and kind of the more gentler ride will be to the south and the faster ride will be to the north. But you can see there's a low pressure system here developing and one here as well, and there's some very big wind there inside there, so that is 45 knots there. And if you stay further to the south you can see there's 30 knots. So around here it's going to be interesting to see how the fleet splits. So this is actually on day 5, and then we kind of lose this low pressure system here, and then there's another one coming in behind us, and then another one here as well. So you can see by the time we get into the finish there's this one chasing us here, which could be a little bit of a problem. But it's very fast downwind and pretty breezy at the end. So really everything about this race is going to be about managing risk. It's an interesting forecast. I mean, the first bit is pretty simple, and it's going to be a bit of a drag race to the north for 3 days. It should be some fun sailing. I think what we'll see is that the newer boats will be faster and will start to gain a lead in those first 3 days. And I think certainly for us in Medallia, we'll kind of try and stay within striking distance. But this first part of the race is about straight line speed. And then once we go around the top of that first high pressure system, that's when different people's strategies will kick in. At the moment, I think it's too early for me to kind of make a judgment on where we're going to sit in terms of how aggressive a route I will take. I think it depends a little bit on how I'm feeling, how the boat's feeling when we get up there, but also that is 5 days away still. So the forecast will evolve. The pressure systems may take different trajectories, they may develop in a different way. And so at the moment, kind of the only thing that's clear is that pattern of going to the north and then hooking into the depressions. But the kind of wider details of what the route will look like, I think, are still yet to be unfolded. But I guess, I need to bear in mind that our overall objective is now to kind of get the boat home so that we can start the final changes before our Vendée next year. We've already suffered damage to our mainsail in the last race, so my sensible head probably needs to lead my heart, but I think you all know that sometimes my heart doesn't listen. We'll see.